Thomas Lauderdale. I'm a pianist and founder of this band, Pink Martini. We started the band Pink Martini. The idea was to kind of be this place where all kinds of different people could feel comfortable. It would really be about articulating a beautiful, inclusive dream. This is the kind of world that I want to create. The band was created because of politics. I was working at the time on the No on 13 campaign. Measure 13 was an attempt on the part of a conservative group here to illegalize gayness. One Christmas saw the Del Rubio triplets, Millie, Elena, and Edie, on the Pee Wee Herman Christmas special. I was like, who are they? There were 3 gals, 3 guitars, somewhere between the age of like 60 and 80. And I thought, oh my God, we should, bring them to Portland, Oregon and play a series of nursing homes and retirement homes with the No on 13 message, and then do a big show at a local theater. And then sort of realized that I didn't have an opening act, and so started Pink Martini. Well, ultimately performing with symphony orchestras around this country is the way that we largely travel. It's different. I mean, it's more old-fashioned in that way. It's like, Tony Curtis or Jack Lemmon in Some Like It Hot, traveling with a band on a train. And it also allows us to reach people who would never go to a smoky bar. So generally there are 12 to 14 members of Pink Martini. Now there are 2 brass players, a trumpet player, a trombone player, 4 percussionists. One who also plays the vibes. China, of course, the singer. China is, the fabulous singer in the band, and she totally sets the tone for everything, I think. And Timothy Mishimoto, who is another singer and bass player, and sometimes cello and violin. And so it's kind of it's a mini orchestra. The second record, I think, for any band or any group is torture. Because we have our entire lifetime to actually to make and think about each of our first records. This time we're writing all of the material, or the bulk of it. I'm a classical pianist, and so the concept of writing a song is preposterous. That process has been really, really fun. Writing songs with people who also don't write songs, and there's a real innocence there because we're just creating what we think sounds good. So really the second record is kind of like, it's more of everything. It's like just more of all of it. And most of the songs we wrote, we collaborated with friends from around the world. So like, there's songs in Italian, there's a song in Japanese, there's a song in Croatian, Spanish, and English. There's something really in the song Hang On Little Tomato, which is it comes from a sinister place. It comes actually from an ad for Hunt's Ketchup. This is from a 1964 Life magazine. It's a little ad for Hunt's Ketchup, which is the inspiration for our song Hang On Little Tomato.
And the original text read, hang on little tomato, stay on the vine until you're fat and juicy. Then we will pluck you and boil you in secret bubbling spices. And some smart hamburger may then team up with you.
Una Noche in Napoli is the song we're working on right now.
All right, what is the question? The question is...
How did Una Noche in Napoli come to be?
Okay, let's see. I think it was in an airport someplace. On a bench.
I didn't even say that. Yeah, it was solo mio, solo mio,
It's a little bit
Don't mock it.
So it was fun working with Alba because she was fantastic, amazing, and incredible, and just beautiful in every way. And that's what it takes to write a song. I look forward to actually really being prolific in this next period of time with the band. So I think that there's a lot of material to write and to record, and that there are several years of being really sort of like ambassadors, musical ambassadors to the rest of the country and to the rest of the world. And I feel very lucky and blessed and hope that the band continues to work for a long time.
Love me forever and let forever begin tonight. Amado mio, when we're together, I'm in a dream world of sweet delight.
China would come out for a few songs and then disappear.
When I first came out, I was just sort of plugged into this existing situation that was kind of chaotic, and I didn't necessarily feel comfortable in my role. I wasn't ready to take center stage and be the front person.
In the early years, in fact, it was kind of a variety show, and which meant that basically, sort of like the Muppets or Laugh-In or something like that, where the singer would change every few songs. And if one has ever worked with singers, one knows that that's a very difficult thing to pull off for a long period of time.
But then at one point, I realized I needed to step it up, and there was sort of a difficult year where I was questioning everything, whether I could do it. And then suddenly I just sort of did it.
These days, China is out in front on nearly every song.
The sun has left and forgotten me. It's dark, I cannot see. Why does this rain pour down? I'm gonna drown in a sea of deep confusion.
That's Hang On Little Tomato, the title tune from the long-awaited, putting it mildly, new Pink Martini recording. Most of the tunes were written by Thomas and China, a departure from their first CD.
Take a look inside and you will find you got
For those who have seen Pink Martini over the years, they can expect to hear the songs they've been hearing over the years. For those who've never seen us live, I think it'll be very different and shocking.
The idea really was to hopefully create an album of beautiful material which was in different languages, which had this sort of breadth of the first record, but was more original.
Ya viene el negro zumbón, bailando alegre el bayón, repica la zambumba, llama a la mujer.
That's also from the new CD. Their collaboration began when they were students at Harvard.
Repica la zambumba, llama a la mujer. Tengo ganas de bailar el nuevo.
The fateful encounter we had was when he went to the library and took out some Puccini arias for me to learn.
Puccini, yes. And Catalani, La Wally, and she also sang crazy versions of The Way We Were. It was entirely like campy and brilliant and classical, and it was just all over the map.
And he would play in the dark, and I would sing, and it was like this chance for me to sing in a way that I never felt comfortable singing in public.
Party shoes, dance, dance on top of them shoes, dance, dance on top of them shoes. You can do a tango together when you dance on top of them shoes.
Then I didn't hear from him after college for 3 years, and I was living in New York and just doing my own music, and he called and sort of desperately, didn't have a lot of time. It was like, in 2 days I need you to fly to Portland and sing with my band, and I'm going to FedEx you the tape, and you have to learn the songs on the plane, and we have 4 shows in 3 days. Can you do it? I was like, sure. Of course, he tempted me with lots of cash, which he didn't have.
Cash. Literally. It took a lot of cash.
I love Portland. Once I left New York and moved here and was here for a few years, it just seems impossible to move back to those conditions, And I'm kind of a homebody, so I'd rather have a nice big home.
Home means pruning roses, but it also means a familiar place to write, surrounded by pictures of her family.
Every day is a new day. Every night is a gift. Every dream is a memory of what I have missed. I guess we just didn't make it. I guess we just have a past. All the silence has told us it just wouldn't last. I look down the road looking for something you never showed. Oh, if it's up to me, I don't have the answer to where I should be. Where I should be.
This is my dad. I did this monotype in college from a photograph of my dad. And my dad died in '98, so I tend to have a lot of pictures of him around. This is him holding me in his overalls with my sister on his shoulders. And my mom and my sister and me. And so I get really nostalgic when I look at these pictures, which is also inspiring. Usually really sad. I always want to be more soulful in my songwriting, and I'm not really very soulful when I sing. I mean, hopefully I'm soulful, but not in an R&B way. And this chorus, I started writing it, and I felt a little bit like Christina Aguilera. And then I was like, I could never take myself seriously if I was really performing it that way. So I've now, toned it down to the usual China way, which is not soulful.
Not soulful? Well, I don't know about that. Later in the day, she sang Clementine, another song she and Thomas wrote for the new CD.
If tomorrow's sun doesn't shine, if no creatures stir in the morning time, if the clouds go still in the sky, and the days roll in and pass us by, I will ride your elevator. We'll stay out till it is later. If tomorrow's sun doesn't shine, at least I'll have my Clementine.
I mean, the thing about China Forbes is that she is truly a star in every sense. It's like Betty Davis or Joan Crawford kind of found their identities on the screen, and I think that similarly, like China is that kind of sort of caliber of star.
Portland is so embracing, and I love playing Portland. I mean, it's really extra special to play for a Portland audience. And I mean, I love that they want us to be theirs. We will always be theirs, ours, Portland's.
There's a place that nobody knows. There's a packing up of summer clothes in the lazy days of my mind. You've always been my Clementine, and we were in this place Your face had a certain sadness, and oh, how I've wondered since what you've done with all that sadness.
So, here to sing Una Notte a Napoli is, well, please welcome back the lovely Miss China Forbes.
The song means one night in Naples, I met an angel who could no longer fly, and even without wings, he took me to the sky. Una notte a Napoli, con la luna e il mare, ho incontrato un angelo che non poteva più volare. Una notte a Napoli, delle stelle si scordò, e anche senza ali in cielo mi portò.
Quando il cuore mi ha spezzato
Napoli,